this moment right now is the same moment that determines both your past and your future. It's a pretty powerful idea. What is going on, my friends? Welcome back to another episode of The Morning Takeaway. And it's not the morning, but it is the afternoon. I'm sitting here hanging out with my co-host over here, Juju. Just happens to be in prime spot in the video. But today's going to be a quick episode. I just wanted to share with you a little takeaway, as you can imagine, from yesterday. It's been pretty rainy here. I'm just going to kind of give you the story and then where my mind went and share with you that takeaway. So before we get going, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can be the first one to get my videos. All right, that's enough, Nicholas. So the story, and it has to do, I'm talking too much. All right, let's talk about it. So I'm at the sauna. It was really, it's been rainy here in Newport Beach since we got back from Pittsburgh. It's been just crappy weather. That's besides the point. But I say that because my rearview mirror, the camera was blurry from the rain. And I found myself yesterday in the sauna super sped up. And when I got home, when I got in my car and was reversing, I was like, I hit the gas really fast and I was like, whoa, that probably wasn't so smart. I should look both ways and make sure, hey, one, nobody's coming, nobody's walking behind me, right? Like, this is a very fundamental thing when you're driving. Like, I should be teaching driver's ed. But I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, wait, why am I so sped up? Why do I feel the need to press and press and press? That little moment of trying to be too fast and reversing through, stepping on the gas without looking, could be the difference in one hitting somebody or, damage to the car, hitting a wall, whatever it might be. The consequences far outweigh the immediate decision to reverse really fast and be sped up. And before I continue on with what my takeaway was from this little story, I want to relate it to one of the things that I always say in one of my quotes. And I said this somewhere on a podcast, and it really stuck with me. It was one of my takeaways and intentions in the morning in my journal, but it's the idea of being fast to and slow through. Now, what does that mean? Essentially, it means to be present in the moment. And we should have a sense of urgency in life to get to that next moment. But theoretically, we're always in that next moment, right? And another quote of mine, and I said this on the last podcast, but when you realize that same specific moment, this moment right now, is the same moment that determines both your past and your future, it's a pretty powerful idea. And when you can start to, let's say, break down a to-do list or whatever you might have on the agenda for the day, to be fast to the next thing and then slow through. When you are slow, everyone always wants things to happen super fast, but the truth is, we all know that when time goes by really fast, we were more invested and more in that moment, right? Like we're just kind of flowing through the moment. It was a little slower, right? Like everything just feels in control and you're in that state of flow. So really, things happen faster when you're moving slow. And I want to relate that to my little back up fast, not look both ways. Because I was in a rush, and I didn't need to be. And I just needed to be in the moment, look both ways, and carry on. And that's where I want to have my little takeaway. I posted this on Facebook yesterday on my page. And I said something along the lines of look both ways. Like driving in life, when you come to a stop sign or you're backing up in my case, it's important to look both ways or weigh the options of the decisions that you're about to make and then commit to one and move forward, right? Everybody knows you're at a stop sign, you look both ways, okay, I'm good. You might double check, okay, then you move forward, right? It's just like life. Or reversing. You look both ways, you're good, you move backward to go forward, right? The same idea, but I think that just really hit me in the idea of like, hey, in moments where it feels really sped up, it's probably better to say, hey, let's take a deep breath, let's gather our thoughts, let's look both ways and see what the best option for me is here, and then move forward. And moving forward doesn't have to mean, okay, we're at that stop sign, there's 3 ways to go, and you're only moving forward. Well, you're picking which way to go, and you're committing to it. So this idea is also fresh on my mind just because it's the new year. And we're 11 days into the new year, and people are probably already falling off. And it's really just in that moment to realize like, hey, it's never too late, number one. But number two, just find something that you want to change, start simple and commit to it and move forward, right? You have paused, you have stopped, you have realized where you're at, you have weighed all of the potential outcomes and the potential consequences potentially, right? Wow, that's a lot of potential. And then you go and you take action. And I think that is the biggest takeaway. And honestly, of 2022 for me, it was such a transformative year for me mentally. I know I posted that thing on Instagram the other day of just like pictures from January to December. And I said, what do you see the difference here? Because there's not much real physical change, but transformations don't always happen from in a physical sense, right? To me, the most important change comes mentally. And what I was going to say in 2022, for me, the biggest realization, I think, and biggest takeaway was taking action is essentially the answer and the way to get out of a funk or the way to make progress and create momentum and get on your feet and feel fulfilled, right? Like you can't create without starting. And to take action and commit and move forward, right? And we're kind of going in a circle here, but you get the point. And taking action is the biggest thing, just go outside, go on a walk. It was pouring rain at 5 a.m. this morning. I was walking in my bare feet in my coat and came in and had to throw my clothes in the dryer. I was just drenched, but you took action. You got what you said you were going to get done when you said you were going to get it done. And that's building self-confidence. You're proving to yourself that you're going to do what you say. When you don't, well, you have that little hunch on your shoulder like, oh gosh, I should have done that. And then you procrastinate and it builds up and it feels like the world's kind of coming down on it. It slowly starts to build up, right? Same idea with the trash. You can't keep putting the trash in on top. It's just going to build up. You got to eventually take it out. So that's my little takeaway. Kind of rambled on a few different points there, but I hope I was able to give you something on this Thursday or whatever day that you're watching this and be able to apply it or resonate with it or send it to somebody that might be able to resonate with it, that it might be going through something or just feels inspired by this, right? So as always, I appreciate you watching these, and I appreciate all the love that you guys show on here. And I think I talked about this a few episodes ago, but there is a lot of negativity in the world, and pretty much 99% of this platform, it's all positivity, and I can't thank you enough for that. I'm very appreciative. So without wasting any more time, I'm going to end this thing with a random word question generator. That's just the name of the website, random word question generator. What was the best thing you learned in the past year? I swear to God, this thing is listening to me. I literally just answered that question in this podcast. To take action. What's the best thing I'm a little freaked out. I'm going to do another one. That's kind of freaky. Generate another random question. What does nobody want to talk about but really should? In my opinion, the first thing that comes to my mind is emotion. We live in a world where it's designed to distract us and to pull us away from what we're really feeling. And especially with social media, and I'm one to talk. I do social media for a living, but that's one thing that I try to bring to my platform, that there is, it's emotion is real, and it's normal to feel how you feel, no matter how it is that you're feeling. If you're sad, it's okay to be sad, but pick yourself up the next day, right? Or whenever that time comes. We want to downplay or mask and hide all these emotions based on I won't worry about whatever just happened to me. I'll just go watch the next big football game and forget about it, or go drink and forget about it, right? It's all, we live in this world that wants to mask everything. And what does nobody want to talk about but really should? I think the world would be a much better place if we were all just super vulnerable. And that's way easier said than done. But vulnerability and emotion comes with that vulnerability, allows you to be open to people and essentially connect, right? You never know somebody's story, and you never know what you might say might have an impact on somebody else. And I think that's a good way to end it. Not so much of a freaky question right there, but a good one, a good deep topic. So I'm going to end this thing right here. I appreciate you listening. Hope you have an awesome freaking day. Before we go, I've said it 1,700 times. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon. Have an awesome freaking day, and don't forget to smile.